Make some noise for your amazing host.
What is up, everybody? My name is Joelle, and I'm your host, and welcome to our series called Let's Get Real. Now, you might be wondering what real means, or maybe you think you already know. So we are gonna dive into the Bible and figure out how to be honest when we think about ourselves, God, and others. Some other ways to say real are to be honest, be authentic, be truthful, or act sincerely. Basically, just don't pretend. Once we choose to get real, we learn who we really are in the world, how to love others well, and get a better understanding of who our Father God is. And guess what? We're gonna have so much fun along the way. So let's check out what's coming our way now.
Coming up.
Oh, hey there. You just caught me reflecting on a couple things. Find out what they are on Let's Get Real.
Well, speaking of reflections, let's have a quick fire round of real or fake. So here it is. The first mirrors were made out of small, dark containers filled with water. People use these containers to look at the reflection in the same way we use glass mirrors today. All right, I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 and you guys have to guess, real or fake. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If you guessed real, you are correct. Glass mirrors weren't made until about 6000 BC, and water was the primary way people could see whether or not they had hair out of place. But anyways, during our time together today, you can expect to see a pre-show video, get some worship in, and hear a Bible story. So real quick, click the download button below this video to access your Get Real guide. Inside, you'll find some activities for at home, our Bible story, the series memory verse, and more. But real quick, let's move on to this next video.
Hey everyone, Mr. Coyote here, and it's time for another drawing challenge. So today we're gonna take a look at one of our 4 letters to see which drawing challenge word we've been sent, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to draw something based on that word. And I would love for you guys to follow along. So this letter is from Ukaipa. We have a young lad who sent us his drawing challenge word, and that word is rat. Okay, so I have a few pens right here that I'm gonna use for inking the artwork. I'm actually gonna choose pen over pencil because it'll be easy for you guys to see. Whatever you guys wanna choose, crayons, you can use your finger dipped in ink. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can use pencil, pen, you could use, what if you guys used a popsicle? So like the art would only last as long as the popsicle. You take the popsicle out of its package and you go, that would be crazy. I bet people would pay money for that. But I'm gonna use regular old pens. We're gonna draw a rat, okay? And I have my paper right here, so feel free to follow along. So when I think about rats, I actually think about this one time that my parents took me to a pet store, and I got to pet a little rat, and it bit my finger. It literally bit my finger, and I was holding it, and I wasn't mad. I was more startled. But then I dropped the rat on the ground. So I'm thinking about a rat that's like running away, and maybe it's running away because it's scared of something. So I'm not sure what it's looking up at yet. Okay, so it's looking up, oh no! Then it's got a nice big nose to smell cheese. We'll fill that in. There we go. And it's like, I want an expression to just be like one of sheer terror. Okay, so here is its mouth fully just gritting its teeth. All right. And yeah, maybe it is afraid for its life, like maybe it snatched something that it wasn't supposed to, maybe like a little block of cheese. And I'm gonna try to put it in an extreme pose, so I want it to be like running, like, ah! Okay, so we're gonna like, what would I look like? So what if its arms are like together, like it's really trying to like bunch itself together, make itself small to run. So we'll put his hands together. Okay, oh, I like that. That's actually like one of the things I would suggest for you guys is maybe like looking in the mirror for your pose. A lot of people will look into a mirror and make like an expression so they can kind of model off of their own face. Or you can look up some inspiration. You can ask to borrow your parents' phone. Okay, so it's gotta have like a nice long body and big legs. So it needs those big legs to run. All right, so we're gonna have it running. And I'm gonna give it all of its hair. All of its hair is gonna be very fluffy. I think that it has like little skinny legs, tiny skinny legs with its toes just kind of spread out. They're splayed out. And we'll put this front leg. It's running. Okay, I like that. Okay, keep watching, guys. I'm gonna fill in the details and then we'll finish this drawing off. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's running away from an owl. So owls are nocturnal, and if you didn't know what that word means, it means that they are asleep mostly during the day and awake at night. And they have incredible vision, and so they're looking for those little mice, those little rats, and so this one jumped out of its tree, and now it's attacking the rat. I don't know why, but it just decided to do that. So we'll give its wings flared out because it's zooming down to grab our rat. And don't forget to sign your name at the end because that is your piece of art. Okay, so here is a picture of our rat. I hope you had fun watching me do that, and I would love to see the drawings that you did of your rats. So send us a photo of your drawing by emailing us at mail@sandalskids.com, or you can tag us on Instagram @sandalskids for a chance to be featured in our Instagram story. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and I'll see you next time.
All right, friends, it's time to worship together. And today we're talking about how God knows us better than we know ourselves. And because of that, we can choose to be real with ourselves. When we remember that, we can become more and more of who God created us to be. So during worship, we can praise Him joyfully for creating us, knowing us, and loving us as is. Well, get up on those feet and let's worship together.
You wanna be real, you gotta be honest with yourself. If you wanna be real, you can't pretend that you're someone else. Faking it can get your places sometimes, but you lose yourself on the way. If you really wanna live a good life, be humble, be honest with God. Be real, you gotta admit your mistakes. I made mistakes. If you wanna be real, you might want some friends, they can show you grace. We love you, bro. Faking it can get your places sometimes, but you lose yourself on the way. If you really wanna live a good life, be humble, be honest with God, and He'll show you. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I want
Be like him. Wanna be like him.
him.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man.
Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and with man. Whoa!
Jesus grew in wisdom. That means he's a scholar.
Jesus grew in stature, that means he got taller.
Jesus grew in favor with God and with man.
Jesus is the greatest, I wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him. Wanna be like him.
I wanna hug my mama extra tight. I wanna read my Bible every night. I wanna put loose trash in the garbage bin, but most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna help someone realize their full potential. Wanna comb my hair and brush my dentals. Wanna help my best friend learn to swim, but most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna spend more time with my family. I wanna find another good book to read. I wanna have more workouts at the gym, but most importantly, I wanna be like him. I wanna eat my veggies and learn kung fu. Wanna be nice to the animals at the zoo. Wanna memorize Luke 2:52, but most importantly, I wanna be like you.
Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. Wanna be like you. I want to be like you.
All right, friends, it is time to get real. Today, we're talking about Marthamorphasis from our story in Luke 10. This week, we'll find out how we can be real with ourselves because God knows us better than we even know ourselves. So, let's get real. I want you to imagine your favorite celebrity or your favorite YouTuber or athlete. Why do you like them? Well, maybe it's because they are the best in the world at what they do. Maybe they're super funny, or you just like their style. Maybe they're just downright cool. Well, what if you got to meet them in person? What would you do to get yourself ready if you knew that they were gonna hang out with you at your house? Would you rush home and clean your room? Would you do your hair just right? Would you put on your favorite outfit? Well, what if the person that was coming over to your house was Jesus? What do you think you would do to get ready for him? Let's find out right now what two people in the Bible did to get ready to meet Jesus. So as Jesus traveled, he came to a city called Jerusalem, where two sisters whose names were Mary and Martha lived. Now, Mary and Martha were pretty different from each other. Mary was laid back, while Martha was hardworking. Mary was calm, while Martha was kind of a worrier. Mary was relaxed, while Martha wanted everything to be just right. So one day, Mary and Martha decided to invite Jesus to visit their house. And when Jesus arrived, Mary sat at his feet and listened to him teach. And while this was going on, Martha was running around in circles like crazy in the home, trying to do everything to prepare for Jesus and the huge crowd that had followed him. Martha got really frustrated that she was doing all the work. So she actually went and talked to Jesus and told Jesus that he needed to tell Mary to help her out. Believe it or not, Jesus did not respond the way that Martha was expecting. Jesus told Martha that she was too distracted by things that weren't necessary in that moment, and that Mary was the one
who was actually choosing to do the right thing. Martha learned in that moment that she wasn't being real with herself about how her feelings were all tangled up in trying to make her house appear perfect for Jesus and the crowd, rather than just enjoying the presence of Jesus. So let's talk about being real for just a second. Now, the first way that we need to be real is by being real with ourselves. If we can't be honest with ourselves, we can't be honest with anyone else either, including God. Think about how you are feeling right now. Are you sad, happy? Are you frustrated about something? Are you excited or looking forward to something? Maybe there's something else that you're feeling. You can get real with yourself right now by admitting how you feel. Are you distracted by something that isn't important right now and instead need to focus in on the important thing? When we're not real with ourselves, we can get stuck. Being real with ourselves means being honest about who we are and who God wants us to be. And the only way that we can find out who we are is through God. The Bible tells us in Psalm 139:1, "Lord, you have seen what is in my heart. You know all about me." And that is why the one thing to remember is God knows me better than I know myself.
God made us to reflect Him just like this mirror reflects me. Now, the reflection in the mirror isn't actually me, but it is made to show who I am. In the same way, we were created by God to show others who He is. But when sin came into the world, we messed up our mirror. Our sin messes us up so badly. That didn't work. Oh no. Well, it's so bad that there is no way that we can ever fix ourselves so that we can reflect God again. And that's why we need Jesus to save us. He is the only way that we can go from broken to beautiful again. His death on the cross gives us a new mirror or a new life so we can know God again. Knowing God is the best way to know ourselves. But we have to start by admitting that God already knows about us, that we are beautiful because we are made by Him, but also broken because of our sin against God. God knows us. So that's why our action step for today is that I can choose to be real with myself. Have you ever made a mistake?
I have a lot.
Okay, so when you make mistakes, what do you tell yourself?
I tell myself, have confidence in myself and say, you can do this, you can do this.
To be real with yourself, it means to trust yourself to do things that you want to do. And when you're truthful with yourself, you're encouraging yourself to do even better than you did the last time to make yourself an even better person.
I have some time to learn about God, and I tell myself to stand up for myself and just being honest and truthful to yourself.
How would you describe yourself?
Loyal, nice, beautiful. Sometimes I'm afraid of getting in trouble or getting something taken away from me that I really love.
Some of the things that I struggled with was math. Even though I like math, I struggled with math.
I mess up. Obviously everybody does, but I've done this multiple times where I'm doing all the right things, but I'm just going through the motions and kind of checking off the boxes of what I should be doing.
I tell myself you can tell your mom and dad what's happening to you and be honest.
It doesn't matter what age you are to be real. It gives you a sense of that close relationship.
I feel it takes off a lot of off my shoulders. I feel it takes off a lot of stress and trying to be perfect.
You can't be real with yourself by yourself. You can get help the right way. You can have people in your life. And I want you guys to know being real really helps.
Just like in our Bible story, we have an option. We can pretend that if we just work hard enough, we can fix ourselves and make ourselves look good without God like Martha tried to. Or we can choose to be real with ourselves by admitting that we are broken by sin and know that the only way we can be fixed is through Jesus. We can be honest about who we really are, even if it's hard, because God already knows us and loves us no matter what. He has the best in mind for us every time and every day. We have to admit that God's way is always the best way because God knows us better than we know ourselves. That's why the one thing for today is God knows me better than I know myself. And our action step for today is I can choose to be real with myself. You can live out the vision of being real with yourself, God, and others by opening up your Get Real guide to the Now What. Today, we talked about how to be real with yourself about your sin, but you can also be real with yourself about how God uniquely made you. So draw a picture or make a list of all the great things that make you, well, you. And make sure to check us out on youtube.com/SandalsKids. We have videos on videos for you guys to watch at home with your friends, siblings, and family. So next week, join us as we'll talk about what it means to be real with God. And I'll see you all then.